conversation points, right? So in today's session, we are going to cover basics of AI, the different concepts, types of AI, the way AI is being applied into the industry, into different verticals. And we also touch base ethics, very, very important one. Uh, I think there is so much happening in AI world. It is important that somebody is actually monitoring the progress and it is not leading to undesirable results. So we'll talk about ethics as well, and we also will touch base briefly about the dev environment that is required for the subsequent classes of subsequent sessions, right? The kind of software that you will require on your system. We'll keep it very lightweight. We are going to use Python. And we have got two different set of people here. Uh, One of the, I mean, people are coming from soft solver. So there is a different branch that will be created for you, Yogita and team. Um, and once the preliminary session is done, we'll directly jump onto machine learning. Uh, and whereas for the rest of the batch, we'll have a different progression where we'll talk about after the initial session, we'll talk about Python, we'll talk about specifically Python that is required for machine learning and AI implementation. Then we'll move on to the data, and then subsequently we'll talk about machine learning, and we'll conclude with LLMs. So LLMs is something that we are going to touch base for you too, Yogita and team. And wherever it is possible, we'll try to do a convergence so that it is one. I mean, the intention is primarily that it should be unified. That's one. Second, you will also hear different perspectives from different folks in this batch. So, I mean, I'm not sure how it will play out because I think we will have a different cadence, but I'll try to make sure that there is enough bridging that is happening in this batch. Okay, so that is the premise. Now today we are going to cover. I already spoke about that. We're going to talk about types of AI, application of AI, ethics, future trends, and development setup. And one more thing which I want to make sure that we understand this, that we guys are coming from different levels. Some of you are technical, some of you are non-technical, and a few are actually extremely, supremely talented and technical folks. Now, when we are getting into this kind of batch that is hosting such diversity, we have to start with the lowest possible denominator. Okay. So it is important that we start with the very basics and make sure that the entire batch is scaling up. So the people who already know some of these concepts, I invite them to participate, share your guidance. I mean, the way you have seen some of these concepts playing out in the industry, please share your perspective on that. And for those who are new to these concepts, please don't worry. In case if you're getting stuck with something, if you're finding something which is complicated, uh, we'll figure it out that how help can reach you. I want to make sure that you also understand that machine learning AI, in a way, you are jumping into a difficult domain. So I will not try to oversimplify it because it cannot be simplified beyond a point. So what we need to do is to make sure that we are spending enough time, we are doing practice, and we are bringing our doubts into this forum and otherwise too. So please make sure that you are actually getting into a participative mode, especially those who are actually from the non-tech background. Okay, yeah.
Sure.
So let's begin with the definition of and history of AI. So though the slide actually calls out what is AI and the history, but anybody who would like to share from their own understanding what their understanding is of AI is. Maybe somebody who is from the non-tech world, can you take a shot? What is your understanding? I have been hearing, and most of us from the non-tech, from the technology world, we would have been hearing so many people from the tech industry. they are defining AI. But let's hear from a perspective which is slightly different. So, Rajesh, you would you want to try it? What is artificial intelligence as per you? Or maybe Dev?
I don't know about the more history of this thing, but the current scenario which I can see about the AI. AI is nothing but the system where you can you can put all whatever you want from a particular industry reports or presentations, right? That will come in a better way, more sorted way, or you can have different kinds of ideas from AI, which I mean, if we are sitting on, let's say, if I'm talking about automobile industry, where it will go from now to another, let's say, 5 years, right, down the line. Then if I'll put what is the future of electric bus in India, electric buses in India, or electric cars in India, so maybe that AI will really work a lot for me. It will do all work from scratch to where this market will go, production, and technology and everything.
A wonderful representation of thoughts. I think Dev, you're absolutely bang on, and I think you are picking up an important domain. And we'll be talking about autonomous vehicles. We'll be talking about electric vehicles, and I think the kind of industry that you are in, we'll try to touch base that as well. But I think this is a good representation of what is AI. Anybody else who would like to take a shot on this? Okay, okay. I believe maybe uh, I understand that it's very, very basic uh, in terms of AI. It actually anything that I mean, if we are working on a program, if we are creating an intelligence, if we are creating software which actually simulates the human intelligence in machines, it is as simple as I mean that's AI. Anything that it is not mimic, it is about the cognitive part, which is important, right? The way we think, the way we reason, the way we learn, right? If you are working on a software which actually can enable a machine, that is artificial intelligence, right? Now, if we look back and go in times, this is, I think you will have different documentary evidence, different references, different websites will call out differently. My understanding, which I have put it into the slide as well, that um, uh, the first instance of artificial intelligence, it can be seen in the Second World War, right? And that's where when scientists started exploring how machines could simulate human thinking. And this is where Alan Turing, uh, he developed the first algorithm that actually decrypted the Nazis' enigma. I mean, the way they were communicating between them, right? So intercepting those signals was not difficult. It was never difficult, but interpreting it, deducing it, it has been always a challenge. So the kind of machine Alan Turing developed, that was pretty remarkable. He took a lot of time in developing it. It was literally of a size of a room, and eventually, when it started working, I think it not only it also it impacted the overall result of the World War II, and it also shortened the overall duration. That's how when we look back, we see it. Uh, There is a movie which is available on Prime by the name of Imitation Games. So whenever you get time, you can actually look into it and figure out that how hard it was for Alan Turing and his team to build this algorithm and build this computer. I think there was a different name which was given by Alan to the machine. It was Bombi. Uh, and since then, it actually, in a way, it laid the foundation of thinking that behind AI. I mean, the machine can think, they can imitate, and that's why the imitation games, they can imitate humans. That's, the thought actually started from there. So now the point is, uh, and yeah, before we go there, let's look at the key components of AI. Right? So we have got a algorithm, we have got data, we have got hardware. So these are the three important things which are absolutely necessary for any AI to happen, any AI algorithm to work out. So algorithms, I mean, the code that you are going to write, data, you need data so that you can actually train machine in case if it is required, right? And then the hardware. You need hardware which is very impactful. And in the recent times, we have seen that, okay, hardware also, the dimensions, the dynamics have changed. So now the point is that uh, if AI started somewhere around 80 years back, yeah, so what actually has happened now? Why there is sudden wave? The moment you pick up Instagram, you pick up Facebook, LinkedIn, all you get to see is different implementation of AI, and people are talking about different tools, be it on the images side, be it on the generation side, or maybe some wonderful machine learning algorithms. So what actually has happened? Any point of view on that? I gave you a hint of one of these, but is that sufficient? Or what has changed? What has actually led to this sudden wave?
Cost effectiveness, less resources, more work, more smart work, effective work in short period of time.
Laziness.
Laziness. Wow. Sorry,
Because
sorry. I have
I
to I
think
have to come back to Simran, but I think Visu, this is Visu, right?
yeah,
I think yeah, yeah. Laziness. I think I will not actually call out that's not the right way to look at it. That's maybe one of the dimensions. What else, Visu?
that AI stepping into AGI is also a very big factor.
Uh, okay. So we'll talk about AGI. So I'll park that particular part as of now. That's what we're going to open up in the next subsequent slides.
Sure.
But a good point, Sumit. However, the answer remains unsolved. That if AI was, in a way, the thought was incepted 80 years back, what is happening now, which actually suddenly has revolutionized the entire world? Everybody is just talking about AI.
May I try, please?
Sorry?
May I try,
Yeah,
please?
yeah, please. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So, with the advent of the mobile phones and the systems that run those phones, we are able to generate tons of data. Everybody has a phone, and we are generating data the moment we are using the phone. So, for the AI to develop, we need essentially data and algorithm and the speed of the machine, the capability, the whether those machines are available, though can or which can handle the processing of data and arrive at the results that today AI is giving us. This was not the scenario about 15 or 10 years back even. So we have all the important vital points converging today, although the things were there, but they were not as much as they are now. So that's the reason I think for the advent of AI, the way it's happening now.
Wonderful. I think uh, uh, that's one of the wonderful responses that I have heard. Thank you so much for bringing this up. I think Reshma also has a point to share. Can you go ahead and share that, Reshma?
Yeah, Arun, on the same lines, I think 8 years back we did not have this much of data with us. And
Data.
now, since
Yeah.
we have so much data to educate the machines, and the
Yeah.
results that we have gotten, I think, is the main reason for AI to be flourishing so much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other point of view?
Increase in computing power.
Mm,
Computing power. Great. I think we have covered almost all the possible points. So let's look into the details now. So we spoke about computing power. So that's the most important thing which has happened. So I recall, I remember that when I purchased a laptop, not laptop but a desktop, many years back, my the configuration was I'm not able to recall what was the uh, operating system at that point in time. It was Windows 95 or 98 something, and it was 32 MB RAM. I mean, unimaginable at this point in time. So now we talk about GPUs, TPUs, right? And also the cloud. You can create virtual machines. You can actually piggyback on the infrastructure which has been provided by different hyperscalers, be it Google, be it Microsoft, Amazon. I think the infrastructure is just too good. So the computation power actually has exponentially multiplied. So that is one part. Uh, Data availability ever since, and you also pointed out appropriately that ever since mobile came into being, right? The smartphones came into being. The data is getting generated at a phenomenal pace, right? Uh, and we'll talk about why some of the previous waves did not work out. One of the primary reason was unavailability of data, and sometimes some of the initiatives which are taken by at the corporate level, they do not work out because they do not have sufficient amount of data. It can be volume, and it can also be the variety that you deal with when you are working on AI. Another important thing which we did not touch, but it is, I'm sure that you would know, that now open source has got its own power. I'm a great fan of open source. Anything which is commercial, in a way, in software world, at least in terms of platforms, I think open source is challenging those aspects. So Python in particular, in a way, it actually has revolutionized machine learning and AI. And in a way, single-handedly, it has impacted the flow of different algorithms, how they are getting evolved, right? And apart from being open source, it is also very easy to understand. Somebody who actually has worked on C or C++ or Java, they will be able to appreciate that how easy it is to learn Python, right? And again, there are different libraries which are available, which can be extended, like TensorFlow, PyTorch. So machine learning algorithms are easily available now. You have computer vision, which are already implemented, and all you have to do is to pick up those algorithms and do certain computing on top of it. So open source is again a major differentiator. Uh, I think algorithms also have played a very important part, and deep learning. I think deep learning started evolving somewhere between 2005 to 2010, and it has evolved at a level where it is now very mature. I think it was mature by 2015. It needed more data, it needed more use cases, and the next 5 years from 2015, I think the data was available, the different use cases was available, and that's how the deep learning also has picked up really well. And of course, there is a lot of investment. Money is always important when it comes to taking different initiatives in technology world, right? So I think there is a lot of investment which is going into AI development. And as of now, you see most of the organization, especially technology organization, they are just talking about AI. I think that's the only thing that they are focusing as of now. We know certain things which are happening in Microsoft. We know certain things which are happening in Google, but elsewhere too. I think the tech firms, they are very clear that they have to be the leaders in AI. And in a way, it's very interesting that some of the leaders who were there, who were enjoying the top spot, they also have been, in a way, their position also has been challenged. Google, for so many years, they have enjoyed the top search company. They are being challenged by OpenAI. So I think these are some of the case studies that I request you to go through, understand what is happening. It is important that while we are understanding the concepts, you also pick up the language which you have to speak in a forum where you, in a way, you are calling it out that you are a subject matter expert in AI. So please go through some of these contents, some of these case studies, what different organizations have done, what are the trends, what are the patterns that you have seen. Right. Of course, the impact of AI is immense. AI solutions are now literally in every part of the industries. Every vertical is being touched base. ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini. I think if you look at Gen AI, it has literally single-handedly. I mean, uh, in terms of technology, not the platform, it has single-handedly challenged the status quo of IT industry and the other verticals too. And now I think there is a lot of panic as well. We'll talk about that particular part as well. But yes, and that panic is also triggering that maybe we have to make sure that we are actually ahead of the curve, and it is important that we remain ahead of the curve. I think my understanding is that human plus AI is a very lethal combination. AI alone will have certain limitations, at least for the next 20 years and 10 years at least. But humans who know AI, who actually can tame AI, who can develop solutions, who understand what is happening inside it, I think those are the powerful set of people. So it is important that we scale up, and I'm very happy that this entire lot is actually have uh, taken up that position. So again, I think that that's a good initiative from everyone who is actually trying to upscale themselves. It's important not only for yourself, but also for the industry or the organization that you're working in. So this has actually enabled AI wave. Let's look at the kind of waves that we have seen. I'm not sure whether you have read about this. We are actually in the third wave of AI, and the first wave started 1950s and 1980s, somewhere around, right? And in a way, it got fizzled out because there was a lot of hype that was created around AI, and the solutions were not so impactful. They were more of rule based, symbolic AI in a way, right? And there were limitations. Of course, that wave died down after 80s, and then the next wave came with digitalization, with internet coming into the system, and then the mobile as well. So that was the second wave where statistical models and machine learning AI. I mean, that's how it started. Statistical model, I'm not sure if you know of, but these models which we create in AI, some part of it can be created using statistical models as well. But for that, you need to understand statistics I mean, economics, statistics. You need to be a subject matter expert in that. But some of the models in 70s, 80s, if you go through some of the books, especially in the music industry, there is a very interesting case study where if you have to promote a song, how statistical model were used to understand, okay, if you play a particular song between two different songs which are already hit, right, there is a familiarity that will actually resonate well with the users, with the consumers, and in a way that song will also become popular. I mean, I'm cutting short the entire story, but you can go ahead and try to understand how these statistical model in 1970s, they have actually worked out. We are now sitting in the third wave, and that's where what is happening is that we are bringing context into the picture. So the machine knows what you are trying to do. And it has been, trust me, it has been, and I have seen this from a very close distance. Understanding the context always was a challenge. But now, I think machines have evolved to a level where they understand you. So somebody who actually was using Alexa, say when it started, I think 2014 something, the product was launched 2013 or 2014, something of that sort. Now, when you use Alexa, it's way different, right? And similarly, somebody who has been working on large language models, the contextualization actually has revolutionized the way AI is working. So it understands and it retains as well what is that you're looking forward to. So say if they if you start using ChatGPT, for example, Perplexity, right? If you put up certain questions, it will retain the memory and it will also identify that okay, you are coming from an industry which is automotive, and if you're using some synonyms which are in a way which can be similar questions which can be used in manufacturing world as well. If you are talking about assembly line, for example, right? Now assembly lines are there in manufacturing world, they are also there in the automotive world, right? So it will be able to relate that okay, this is not from the manufacturing part, it is they are actually referring to the assembly line which is a part of the automotive industry. I think that also has really helped. And then we are talking about agentic AI. I think that is something which is very recent one. And this is where the automation and the power of automation was always there, but this time this automation will be powered by AI. So it is going to be very different than what we have been using in the past. So we are in the third wave, and most likely will the fourth wave already has started. That's what my understanding is, and that's where the AGI will come into the picture. That's what Sumit also picked up. Now the important part is uh, okay. I think okay. Thus, I'm sorry, the slides have a natural progression onto the next point. So I'll talk about this and we'll go back. I'm sorry for this, but the flow in the narration actually kind of changed. So it is kind of a dynamic narration now. But it's important for us to understand that we are dealing with narrow AI. Now, when you hear the term narrow AI, what does that mean? That means that the AI that we are dealing has got its own limitations. It is not, it's a weak AI. That's how it is. I mean, in terms of definition, it is called out. So when we say weak AI, it doesn't mean that it is literally weak. It is just that it cannot be leveraged cross domains. So if you are developing a particular algorithm, say, which is doing a forecasting of maybe the revenue, or maybe your the forecasting of any kind of recommendation for a particular user, it's difficult to use that in different verticals as is. You have to tweak it. For so many years, there have been chatbots. Uh, let's not talk about the recent examples that we may have seen where chatbots have been actually powered by LLMs. But prior to that, the chatbots were very limited to the kind of products that were being used underneath. Uh, they they were able to handle specific use cases, specific questions that will come from the from the audience, from the users, from the consumers. But the same product, same solution, you cannot actually take it and reuse as is. You have to work on top of it and make it industry compliant, right? Same case, Netflix recommendation or the recommendation engine in Amazon. Very powerful, very powerful. But at the same time, look at the irony. They are being called as weak AI. And I have been giving this example. I think last session also I gave this example that recommendation engine alone contributes to 30 to 35% of revenue, which comes to Amazon. I mean, from the retail part, e-commerce part, not from their hyperscalers. So imagine Amazon is the one of the biggest, or maybe it's the biggest e-commerce market. I think it is challenged by Walmart. I'm not sure if which one is leading. In India, it is Walmart and Flipkart combination that I know for sure. But across the globe, I think it is Amazon. And in case recommendation engine is so powerful for them, just imagine the kind of impact that it has created. So at the same time, we are calling this as narrow AI. So what is expected is that very soon we will have AGI in place. We'll have general AI. So what does general AI means? It means that a particular AI can actually be used cross-domain. And one of the example that I have quoted here, this is something which humans can do. Somebody who can learn law, diagnose this is slightly offshoot. I will not. It's very hard to imagine that somebody who is actually a lawyer is also a doctor. But there are still some examples, not many though, completely outliers. And also they can compose music. I mean, these are human traits, and having a cross of all these human traits is practically almost impossible, but machines will be able to do it once AGI comes into the picture. I think the robotics is going to get revolutionized. So what is going to happen is, I mean, if you have trained a particular AI, say in automotive, you will pick up and put it into say healthcare, it will work out because it understands the dynamics. It has the ability to work in different domains and produce the relevant results, the impactful results. So this is going to happen once AGI comes into the picture. And the expectation is that it will, optimistic expectation is that it will be available by 2030s. There is already a lot of progress which has happened. If you look at ChatGPT, or maybe any Gen AI tools, to a very large extent, they are able to respond to requests which are from different domains. So if you want to pick up something on the legal side, if you ask questions, most likely there will be some kind of response. If you want to ask something around healthcare, there will be some response. If you want to have a conversation, or maybe you have questions on uh, different parts of science, there will be some responses. I think in a way it has started taking place, but it is still pretty far. I mean, we still need some more time. The uh, the the uh, the cross that is supposed to happen between the different domains is taking time, and that is somewhere it is actually impacting the AGI as well. And also there will be a lot of computation that will be required. The way the hardware has evolved, we will require additional set of hardware that can actually be helped, that can help us to train the models better and provide the necessary power which is required. So once AGI is available, we expect that the cognitive ability of machines will go to a very different level. Will the scientific discoveries will it will not take much time. But again, it's a very general and loosely called statement. I think we have to dig more, understand it more, and maybe instead of hypothesis, we have to wait for some time and see how AGI actually is going to transform things. Already education and healthcare, I think it's already impacted significantly because of AI, right? And we already are noticing that there is a lot of economic disruption. The jobs the layoffs in the last uh, 1 year, we have heard so many companies laying off their employees. 65,000 something employees already have been laid off by top tech companies alone in India. I'm not sure about the global numbers, but there is, of course, a economic disruption, right? And then there are ethical and social impacts. So this is going to be part and parcel of Gen AI. We spoke about when it will become a real 2030 and 2040 is something that we are expecting that it will be available. And what is required here is that we need major breakthroughs in reasoning, memory, abstraction, and all, right? Again, there is a safety net which is also required to be developed. So ethics also are playing very important role, and a lot of the organizations who developed initial models, there were some challenges with them as well. So there was a lot of bias in some of the models that were developed, right? And there have been cases which have been filed. Those cases actually have been won as well. I mean, the tech companies have accepted. Things are available in the media that some of their models, they did not want those models to do certain things, but that bias and the result, the impact was not so comfortable for the society. So those are the negative parts. Those are the challenges, cons. But eventually, what we have seen that whenever there is a disruption, uh, this is part and parcel. We look at the advantages. We work on the negative parts. We work on the cons. We try to troubleshoot them, overcome it, and then the world becomes a bit different. So somebody who actually has seen how snail mail have been replaced with emails, they will be able to understand how the usual phones that were there in the homes, our offices, how mobile phones actually have revolutionized. There were some challenges, but eventually the industry overcame those challenges, and some of those challenges were actually got absorbed as well in the system. So this is what is expected to happen, and this was about type A, different types of AI. One was narrow and another was general. Now let me go back and quickly. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So quick one here. You must have heard about AI. You must have heard about deep learning, data science, and machine learning. So though the definition is available right in front of you. But have you faced any kind of challenge in responding to the differences between these terminologies? Anyone? Do you think that they are same?
It is evaluation from 1980 to this machine learning, deep learning, and AI.
Visu, sorry, can you say that again, please?
The naming conventions looks like evolution from 1980s to 2000 as of now.
Okay. I think I'm not able to connect the question and the response. So my question is that these terminologies, what kind of link do you see between them? Are they same? Are they different? And are you able to appreciate and differentiate between them? Or they are actually kind of synonym for you?
All these things are interlinked with to each other, like as mentioned in the slide that artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, and data science. So machine using the artificial intelligence and using the machine learning part, we'll be able to integrate both the things with respect to the hardware part. And apart from the things with like deep learning and data science, so all studying about the data and putting everything with respect to the neural networks and with multiple layers inside those things, which will comes under the deep learning and all together combining things will come to a will make us a good product.
Wonderful. That's a wonderful response. Anybody else?
Is that interdependency between, I mean, for the evolution of AI, we need data, deep learning, the first stepping stone, like, right? Is that so?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the definition, and then I will let you draw the the conclusions. So if we start from the top, artificial intelligence, we already have spoken about it. Anything that in a way has the cognitive ability, any program that you have written, which can in a way uh, uh, respond the way humans do, that is artificial intelligence. And it covers machine learning and deep learning. I mean, machine learning and deep learning are the subsets. Machine learning, on the contrary, what happens with machine learning is that you have written a code, and the machine is learning on the basis of the data that is flowing into the system. So earlier the way it was, you will give input. The cycle was IPO, input, process, output. With machine learning, the cycle is input, output, and the processing. So we'll talk about that. I will not go into the details. The moment we touch base machine learning, we'll talk about it. But it is very different. Machine learning is anything where the data is involved. In case if the data is not involved, it is not machine learning. I mean, that's the difference between AI and machine learning. Everything that we do in machine learning is a part of AI too, because it's a superset. Deep learning, on the contrary, it is a simulation of human brain, right? The way the neurons work, the way you take a decision. And literally, when we go into the deep learning, you will understand that okay, how the from one neuron to another, from another to another, how these different layers in the brain, how they work, and how the simulation has been done in deep learning. So deep learning is not only about data, but it is also about how the brain works. I mean, in a way, literally, the different layers work. So deep learning is a further subset of machine learning. Now comes data science, and again, it's important that we understand the distinction between them, because there are different all these aspects, all these terminology, they're different. They host different job market. So data scientists, they are of different skill set. Deep learning experts, they are very niche, uh, very rare. I mean, somebody who actually has a deep understanding of deep learning. Machine learning and AI. I think so. That's how the complexity actually reaches. I'm from one level to another. So data science is where uh, you actually extract the insights from the data, right? And you also work on the data, make it much more meaningful. So that's where the data wrangling part comes into the picture. So in a way, you're picking up the data from different sources. You're transforming them, you're changing them so that you are able to bring some insights out of it. So say, for example, they spoke about electric vehicles. Now, in case, and I think that can be a very basic use case, which now almost all the buses, they have got a uh, GPS tracker in them, right? And in case if you're booking a bus, say from Redbus, or maybe from directly from the third parties. I use Redbus, so I am picking up that example. So in case if you have booked a bus, which is interstate kind of thing, uh, they will actually send you the tickets. They will also send you the how to track your bus. Right now, when you are getting that map, and when you go into the details, you take a review of that particular bus which you have picked up. Are you planning to pick up? You look into the reviews. That okay, there are four different reviews, different. I mean, on a scale of 5, the rating is 4.1, 4.2, and that's how you take a decision. This is how you do it when you're buying a product from Amazon. So when you are representing these options, this is actually data science. In a way, you are representing the data which is available in the database, but you're bringing it up and showing it to the users. So presenting the insights, and also doing machine learning, doing deep learning. So data science, it's actually it covers multiple spectrum. So let's look at it pictorially, how it actually works out. And this is something which is you may have seen. This is artificial intelligence, machine learning is a subset. So then comes deep learning, and then comes data science. So you look at it, data science, I spoke that, okay, it touch bases deep learning, it touch bases machine learning, AI too, and also it has got its own components. So typically data representation is not a part of AI, is not a part of machine learning, and of course it is not a part of deep learning. So when you are putting up KPI, say the moment you look into the stock market, if you are tracking a particular script, those charts, you can easily call out that it's something that has been done by the data scientist or maybe data analyst, which is kind of, you can call out data analyst and data science, they work hand in hand. So it is a part of the same segment. So this is how this plays out. Now I have anybody who has got a question? Are we good here?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
So let's look into a case study here. So we have got a tech cafe, and there are different personas, uh, type of users that have been called out. So the first one is Lata, second is Paddy, Bitu, and Ahmed. So Lata is a floor manager, and she's taking care of this cafe. And she decides uh, what drinks to offer based on weather and time of the day. I mean, typically the way it works in India too. Sometimes it's chai, sometimes it's coffee, and so on, right? So the floor manager is dynamically taking those decisions. Then we have got Paddy. Uh, he did not know at the time of I mean, when he started his profession, he did not know that, okay, there what are the different recipes, but over a period of time he has learned different recipes. And after, this is important, after preparing uh, a number of lattes, 1,000 lattes, he learned how much milk coffee is preferred, right? And he plays with these combination. Then we have got Bitu, who is a sous chef, is a super skilled robo, right? And he has been trained on millions of drinks, and I mean the user preferences based on the different faces and their expression is able to identify and recognize and greet customers accordingly. So there is a lot of personalization that this cafe is bringing into the picture. And also it understand voice orders, like, I mean, if somebody is asking that, okay, I want okay, a coffee, I want a burger, so it's able to relate to that. So that's the work of Bitu, who's a sous chef, right? And then we have got Ahmed, who is an analyst, and the job that is played by Ahmed, and he analyzes sales trend, helps the manager decide the pricing strategies uh, based on certain forecasts, based on the certain trends, and also how the pattern, how the different drinks have been bought by the different customers. So this is the different profiles. Now let's talk about what kind of AI representation they are doing. Anybody who would like to take a shot on what kind of AI representation Lata is doing? Is it machine learning? Is it deep learning? Or it is data science? And why?
So as per me, Lata is working for the with the aspect of data science with respect to collecting the data where the clients or the customers were ordering the drinks as per the weather or daytime. Apart from that, she also implementing the deep learning here with respect to the customer's choice and the kind of drink they are offering, asking kind of beverages or something they are asking for with respect to the type of people.
Okay, okay, fair enough, Sumit. Uh, Anybody else?
Ahmed is working for the machine learning because he's playing with the data. He's collecting different kinds of data, sales data, dashboards he's creating.
Simran, so you're referring to which persona, Lata or Paddy?
Ahmed.
Ahmed. Okay. So as per you, Ahmed is who?
Machine learning. He's playing with the data. He's collecting the data. Sometimes he's I think
Okay. Okay. And what's your opinion about the other three?
Lata same as with the data science, and Redika, I am still not sure.
Okay. 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 So,
Arun, I can give it a try as well.
oh yeah, please go ahead, Reshma.
Okay, so I think I'm just giving it a try. So Lata might, according to me, she's playing a part of AI because it clearly mentions she makes decisions like a human would. So it's more of a cognitive behavior that's coming here.
Okay.
Okay, and bit two, I think, is deep learning,
Okay.
and Ahmed, according to me, is data science, and Paddy is machine learning.
Okay. That's a wonderful response. I think there was somebody else as well who wanted to respond. Uh,
Lata is not playing any. I mean, she's a normal human being in the work of the tech floor manager who thinks as a human will think the way how that should run. I don't think anything is applying on the Lata.
Sorry,
Okay.
can I hold you there? So you are saying that just for my own understanding, you're saying that Rajesh, you are saying that floor manager Lata is actually none of these aspects are applicable for her profile. She is not playing AI. She is not playing a role of MLR, DLR, DS. Right? That's what you are saying. Correct, Rajesh?
Correct. Maybe she
Okay.
using her skills only, like as a pro manager.
Okay. Okay. And what's your opinion about the rest of these folks?
Paddy same. As per the experience, he is expert and he doesn't remember. I mean, the experience only.
Okay.
Ahmed is an analyst, so it's manager pricing strategy. Definitely the data science.
Okay.
And bit two is AI.
Is AI. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Uh,
I think
Anybody
Lata
else?
is Lata is hello.
I think somebody is speaking, but you're not audible. I think. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am
Please go
am
ahead.
I audible?
Yeah, you're audible now.
All right. Okay. So I think Lata is more into general AI because she's cutting across different streams. She is working across. Uh, she's taking general decisions as a human being would do. Paddy is since Paddy has prepared 1,000 letters. I think Paddy is more into deep learning, and B2 is obviously a machine. So it's machine learning, and Ahmed is a data scientist. Clearly.
Okay. Vishu, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I want to come from down. Ahmad is a data scientist or a data analyst. Bittu is what is a so he actually is being deep. He's understanding the based on the customers, right? Based on their voice. So he has a deep learning on that. And Paddy is a machine learning because he has trained based on the. He has prepared many foods based on that. He's being trained. So he's into machine learning. And Lata is obviously she is taking the own decisions. So she's into AI.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Before I also share my opinion.
So according to me, Lata is AI. So she make decisions like serve first and drink to suggest, and Paddy is machine learning. So he learns. Uh, so he prepare thousands of lattes and he figure out preferences, and uh, B2 is deep learning. So he is a robot and recognize faces, voices, and generate new drink ideas. And Ahmed is analyst, so data science. That's all.
I think so. Maybe uh, uh, we can open the forum now. I think some of you have actually responded uh, very appropriately, right? And I think we need to spend some more time to understand why there is a difference of opinion that we have. So let's look at Paddy first. So you called out, even Muskan and Reshma, you called out that Paddy, he has prepared 1,000 different lattes. He has learned, this is the trick. He has learned how much milk versus coffee is preferred. So what is this communicating to us? That Paddy is learning from the data. So in case if it is 50-50 proportion, maybe, I mean, between the coffee and the milk, maybe it is not preferred by the consumers, by the users. Maybe it is 80%. So how he has reached after preparing how many lattes? 1,000 lattes. So Paddy is learning based on data. What is machine learning? Machine learning is when your algorithm, actually, when your program learns based on the data, which you have not trained. I mean, you have not written the code for doing that. Right. So what is happening here? I believe Paddy is kind of resonating with how machine learning algorithms work. That's and again a food for thought for you. When you look back into Paddy's persona, what is that resonating with you? Now, and you also need to understand that what is the tricks he's bringing in onto the table. He's based on this learning that he's getting from each serving of coffee. He tweaks the recipe. He learns what the customers are liking, right? And again, it is completely based on the data. It is not that Paddy is looking into the expression of the users, of the consumers. I mean, somebody who's happy the moment they sipped the first sip of coffee, they are actually delighted. No, that's not what is happening with Paddy. It's purely based on the data. So my understanding is that Paddy is a representation of machine learning. Then we have got let's talk about Bittu, who's a sous chef. Now look at some of the traits. Bittu is able to recognize faces and greet customers by name. So in a way, what is happening is Bittu is able to, in a way, it's computer vision that is coming into the picture. The way humans identify a particular person, the way you probably will recognize me when you meet me, right? This guy is Arun, because you will be able to find a resemblance with my face and when I meet you. So that's the kind of recognition power that you have. On top of it, Bittu also understand the voice. So he's able to understand that what kind of needs that individuals have, maybe interpreting the voice, identifying which part actually translates into a product. Maybe I am saying that, oh, it's very hot, I need a coffee. I mean, intention and circumstances are completely different. It's very hot, still I want a coffee. Maybe I'm looking for a cold coffee, and maybe that's what how my order will read out. So Bittu is able to identify, okay, this is this customer is saying he's using different words, but eventually the customer is picking up cold coffee or maybe coffee. So is able to interpret the voices, right? Automatically is able to generate new drink ideas. Again, based on the customer preferences, is able to identify new drink ideas, maybe mixing up latte with cappuccino or something of that sort, right? But he is able to bring a different R&D, a different experiment into the picture, the way humans do, right? Now the point is that not only the data, but the human part is also coming into the picture here. So this Bittu is actually a representation of deep learning. You are simulating how the brain works, that how the neurons work, how you recognize faces, how you recognize voice, how you decipher, okay, what is required. So Bittu is actually representation of deep learning. That's my thought is. Now let's look into what Ahmed is doing. Ahmed is preparing sales trends, right? So when we spoke about data science, we spoke about that the data insights is provided by data scientist, correct? And that was the difference between the three other dimensions, AI, ML, and deep learning, right? So Ahmed is analyzing the trend. He's helping AI manager deciding price strategies. Again, the price strategies, how they are doing it. It's not written out here, but maybe we can speculate that based on the way the prices have been in the past, they are also trying to understand what should be the price strategy. So at the most, they are bringing some element of machine learning, right? Then is also able to give insights that can help Lata and Paddy take better decisions. So what is happening with Paddy? Maybe Ahmed is collecting the customer satisfaction score, right? Since it is not written, I'm just putting my hypothesis on the table. So Ahmed is bringing all that aspects into the picture, right? Now the point is, data science is a combination of data, presentation of data, then machine learning, AI, and deep learning. So if you look at it, what is differentiating? What probably can help you to take a decision is that is analyzing sales trends. That's not AI. That's not machine learning. That's not deep learning. So in a way, if you are putting up a dashboard you have created in Power BI or some other platform, right? That's a typical work of data analyst or typical work of data scientist to represent the data and create a story around it, right? So when you go through the JD of a data scientist, you will hear this out that the data scientist should be able to narrate a story based on the data that you are getting into the system. So Ahmed is actually representation, as per me, is a representation of data science. And of course, he is actually bringing flavors of different aspects of AI as well, which is a part of data science only. Then let's come to Lata. Now, Lata is somebody who is taking some decision like who is VIP, who's regulars, who's customers. We don't have not called out that how she's learning, whether it is um, based on data or something else. Maybe they are people. These are the people who actually have listed in the system as VIPs, somebody who's already listed as regular or customers. So and then Lata is also deciding what kind of drinks to offer based on whether what time of the day is. So there are some decisions which are being taken, but based on weather. Weather is again a rule-based engine, an expert rule-based engine, but it is not machine learning. When it comes to machine learning, there are many more aspects that comes into the picture. So Lata, out of four, I think delicately she's placed in the category of AI alone. most likely she should not be into the category of ML, deep learning, or data science. She's taking help from ML. That's a different thing, right? But her job is probably not falling into any other category. That's my opinion. But I understand Lata is kind of a challenging persona here. But for rest of them, I think it's for me, it is quite straightforward. If you look at the definition, sorry, I mean, I want to qualify that as per definition, the three personas are very clear. Lata is kind of here and there. You with me? Those who attempted differently, uh, uh, is there a follow-up question or a follow-up feedback?
Can Lata be
Sorry, please. Yeah.
yeah, can Lata be considered to be the general AI? Not just AI.
I think that's a very good question. Apparently, there are not enough evidences because we do not know what kind of background Lata has, whether she was from hospitality industry or she was from different industry and she actually has scaled up into this domain, or she's whatever learnings she had from different industries, she's able to bring it without any changes. I mean, she's able to replicate this into Tech Cafe. We do not have enough evidences around it. So if we recall, AGI is where the cross domain will happen. Somebody who understand A, B, C different traits, right? Here it seems that all these people are very, very specific. They are very narrow in their vision, and understandably so. But from a types of AI perspective, I think this is very narrow perspective. That's what my take is.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Sir, I would like to just know that as per the mentioned criteria that Lata is suggesting with the drinks to the while categorizing the customers like VIP, regular, or new customers. So is Lata is not using the data while suggesting things what to offer to the regular customers or to the VIPs?
Yeah, you have a point, Sumit, and that's where I'm saying that maybe Lata's profile, Lata's persona has not been written so well. Maybe the JD is not written so well. But there is one element of doubt here, Sumit.
Okay.
If we say, and it's a kind of a rule-based thing, that when a VIP steps into this cafe, they actually order exotic drinks. That's kind of a rule.
Okay. And so
Right?
say in the same condition, sorry for interrupting. So in the same condition, while considering the VIP, Lata should use or might be using the deep learning as well with respect to their health.
Correct. Correct. Now the point is that AI is a combination of all these.
Okay.
Right?
So now in that scenario, yes, it is correct.
Yeah. So in case if Lata is actually depicting a trait of deep learning, if she's depicting a trait of machine learning, I think there can be some confusion. But the moment she is depicting some traits which are not aligned with data science, which are not aligned with machine learning, which are not aligned with deep learning, that means it is falling into the category of AI.
Okay. Wonderful.
Right?
Yes.
So I think if you go with this logic, it will be easy for you to put it to different categories.
So, in this scenario, we can consider a say that if we have a confusion with respect to the assignment of machine learning, deep learning, and the data science, we can include these scenarios under AI directly.
Oh yeah, of course they are part of AI.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
the
if we
only
have any
distinction
confusion with respect to the scenarios, We can
Yeah.
directly consider them under the AI only.
Correct. Correct.
Thank
Correct.
you.
Shall we move on, or any feedback, any question?
Not from my side.
Okay. How is it going for the people who are from non-tech world? Is it are you able to connect? And have you heard of these terminologies? How's it going for you?
Gradually learning the things.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think trying to understand, Arun, I've
Yeah.
heard of all of these terminologies, but yeah, when I have to connect it, so I think I will have to put in little extra effort, but the
Yes.
explanation of it is clear. So I am little more clear than what I was earlier.
Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing this feedback, Simran Nursery. My suggestion is that we are going to revisit some of these terminologies again and again. And some of these concepts we will zoom in and go deep. Once you reach at that level, the lines between these different technologies, they will be much more clearer. They will be much more apparent. So I think it's a good start. But yeah, we definitely will reach at that level where you will have a clear understanding. I just want to make sure that from technology perspective, it should not become too heavy. And in case if it is happening, so maybe you can look into the recording. You can have post questions in this WhatsApp group, and also you can spend some time going through the presentation that I will share with you, and I will also share some reference material which you can check. But you can always reach out to me in case if there is any kind of doubt. Okay. Okay. So let's move on. We already have covered types of AI. So and yeah, almost yeah. Okay. I think application of AI should not take much time. So we already have seen, and I'm sure that you probably would know more than I do on this, how AI is impacting different verticals. Uh, AI in healthcare, it's already revolutionizing the diagnosis. Incidentally, a couple of days back, I saw a particular video which was loaded in LinkedIn by a doctor. And the doctor was saying that after many years of practice, I was able to differentiate between lung cancer and TB in lung, right? However, the machine learning algorithm was able to pick up the disease like this. That's the impact. I mean, I think what the story was that because both these diseases impact the lungs, right? So it's very difficult to differentiate which one is which. I mean, TB has got different sets of tests that are supposed to be done, and whereas for cancer there are different sets. So and they are lot many times they are done in a sequential way. So maybe test A will be done and that test B will be done. However, looking at the kind of the images, uh, the MRI, I think it was referring to MRI scans. I'm not sure though. It may be X-rays as well. It was able to identify, okay, because of this is pattern, this is not cancer, it is TB. And the doctor was super impressed with that. I mean, the practitioners, if they are bringing such kind of cases onto the table, I think it's going to help. AI is going to help different sectors very differently. Uh, Treatment planning, personal medicines, all these things have become now kind of very basic, and it is getting implemented in almost all the hospitals. But imaging has been super helpful. AI in finance, risk assessment. Whenever you go for the loans, right? Your overall candidature is gauged by algorithms now. Fraud detection. It's a very important topic. Uh, with so much happening in AI world, And also the kind of vulnerabilities that we have seen, fraud detection is super, super important. There's so many frauds which are happening. AI in finance actually can help us to identify that frauds. It will be able to detect frauds in a much better manner. Then algorithm trading, almost this is something which the moment you talk to any kind of trader, somebody who's in the stock market, I also have received many requests that they want. I mean, people will come with this random request that they need an algorithm. I mean, literally these are the words, algorithm, and they will be using it to do trade in the market. Now, for people like those, I understand maybe their thought processes around AI is different, but the soft message to them is that AI actually kind of do it's kind of do a prediction, but it doesn't do magic, right? So algorithm trading, while it's kind of, I mean, you have to take into consideration what is happening, the global factors, the domestic factors, the industry specific factors, so many things, right? Some part of it will be taken up by algorithm which you are writing, but uh, it's much more complicated. But we are expecting AI to revolutionize this world, this particular part as well. I mean, you must have heard of these examples, so I'm not spending too much time on this. Autonomous vehicles we already have spoken about, and interestingly, and this example I always share, one of the workshop which I was doing, it was for kids, and I was sharing that okay, how AI is revolutionizing. And then when I started talking about autonomous vehicles, though some of the kids were aware of it, but there was this kid who was in fourth class, and he spoke about that what he will do. Probably he'll develop autonomous tractors so that actually they can be used in the fields. I mean, I really liked the idea, the way the kid was thinking, but this is what is happening in the real world too. We autonomous vehicles actually have literally revolutionized the way the traffic works. I know it will take some time to get this worked out in India, but I think it will happen eventually. Uh, Route optimization, traffic management. I think everywhere there is AI. Again, it's very rudimentary, so I'm not spending too much time on this, and I'm sure that you must be aware of it as well. So I'm quickly jumping onto the last topic of the day, which is ethics in AI, and maybe we'll expand the conversation by 5 minutes. I hope you're okay with that. Okay, so we briefly touched base about ethics in AI in the beginning. We spoke about bias. We spoke about different challenges that we have in AI. So let's talk about some of these topics right now. Bias and fairness is something which has been spoken at different levels, at different length by different leaders. The impact of bias is immense. There were algorithms which were not gender neutral, specifically in the world of recruitments. It was identified that it was favoring a particular gender. And also, Google was generating some images which was kind of putting into the category of being racist. And that's where I touched base that okay, they actually lost a case which was filed against them. Right? They are also publicly accepted anyway. And we also understand. I mean, uh, at least on these some of these aspects, there was very little that they could have done, because AI or machine learning is also about the what you're going to feed into the system, you're going to get out of it. So it is garbage in, garbage out, and that's where some of the checks and balances comes into the picture. I think most of these organizations are working very diligently on ethics. And to my friends who are kind of uh, technical and semi-technical in between, right? Ethics in AI actually has got a special branch where there are a lot of opportunities available in the industry. So if we can build this muscle, if we can do certain certification on ethics, you understand what are the practices which are being followed across industries. you stand a good chance to build your career in this. This is something which will remain. This is not going to get eaten up because ethics, there will be a human in the loop will be required. Okay, so coming back to the slide, sorry, I get carried away lot many times. The impact of bias, how you can actually make sure that the bias is being taken care of by improving on your data sets, by diversifying it, by making sure that the data that is being holded by the data sets, it is giving the right kind of coverage. And again, there is a lot of conversations which are talking about explainable AI, or maybe the AI is kind of a black box, but there are certain practices that you can put in place that can help you, then can help end user understand the model that you have put in. So it is not a complete black box. Privacy concerns, it is something which has been spoken a lot. Facebook, Meta, particularly, has been at the receiving end, and rightly so, because they have been collecting so much information, required, not required. I think we can debate on it, but it has actually led to a lot of litigations which have been put on for them. They actually was called out by the consulate as well. I mean, sorry, not consulate, by the Senate. In US, they were Mark Zuckerberg was asked many questions, and so was Sundar Pichai, and they spoke about the privacy concerns. So it's important that, and now the GDPR is there, and there are many more practices which are coming into the picture. And now there is an agreement. At least some of the websites, they show that okay, the data that we are collecting from the users, what will be the purpose and what will be the duration, for how long it will remain in the system. There are a lot of malpractices which are happening, but we will not go into that part. We only talk about what kind of checks and balances that industry is trying to put in to make sure that privacy is being taken care of. And because of some these privacy concerns, the preferences, a lot of manipulation is happening also at the democratic and at the political level. So you may hear not many times that Russia is actually kind of interfering with the election procedures in US, and you will wonder why and how, right? But the fact is that maximum hackers come from Russia, right? US is one of those countries who is actually who experience most of the attacks. I think 68%, 62% attacks alone are handled by US. India around 14% when it comes to web. 28% attacks happens on India when it comes to mobile. It is number one in that. I mean, so you got to be careful when you are dealing with the data when you are using via mobile. So there are a lot of privacy concerns and a lot of vulnerability. And we expect that some of these checks and balances will be, once they are put in place, some of these are already in place. They are already staying. So they will take care, or maybe the system will evolve to take care of the privacy concerns. Then AI and job displacement. I think there is a lot of enough is being said. A lot of layoffs have happened. Whether it is a knee-jerk reaction from the industry, it is something which is not known. Only time will tell. People are also talking about their certain roles which will no more be relevant in the future. I mean, that can happen. So automation always have impacted humans in certain manner, but humans also have evolved themselves. They have figured out something else they are able to contribute to. I believe that the displacement that will happen will definitely, we will figure out how to deal with that. Right. So for that, transitioning into AI roles or maybe reskilling is going to be very important. Okay, future trends. I think we spoke about some of these, but not everything. We see that a lot of advancement has happened in natural language processing. I think this is one area which I have literally seen in front of my eyes how it actually has changed. There was a time when we were dealing with how English is spoken in different parts of India. And when you are using the voice to text, how it will get impacted? There were very, very poor responses 7 years, 6 years back. Things have matured to a very different level now, but there are still struggles. Computer vision, I think there is a lot of maturity in computer vision. You are able to identify people, their expressions, their genders, and the system is also able to take some decision on top of it. This is something which has been implemented in Walmart in case if a child is stepping into a particular store, right? There are different ways to deal with that because child and the family, there is a different segment in terms of the goods are being sold to them, right? Then robotic innovations, I think a lot is happening on robotic innovations. Primarily in China. I have not seen so much happening in India, but I think robots are day by day they're improving, and you may see some videos which are available on different platforms that how things are changing in China. We already have virtual assistants, Alexa, Siri, Google. Right? I'm not sure how much you use it, but there are people I have seen they literally use it for almost everything. Then again, there are personal recommendations, smart home devices. I think the latest developments that are happening, the new infrastructure that is being evolved. In fact, there is a smart city which has come into being in Gujarat. Now, all these infrastructure which is being built, smart home devices are an integral part of it. So that means that the switches are smart, right? The other logistics which are put into the houses, they have AI in them. So apart from that, of course there are challenges. We have spoken about it. Ethical dilemmas are there, data security challenges are there, need for regulation is important. Some time back, there were some thoughts from Government of India that every model that will go into public, a machine learning model, it has to be verified and approved by Government of India. I think that thought probably lasted for a couple of hours and it disappeared because that was practically not possible. But similar kind of checks and balances you can expect will be brought in. Already there is a lot of work going on. Okay, I think this is the last thing that I wanted to touch base from content perspective. Python is going to be the choice of platform when we get into the next conversation. For people from soft solvers, uh, uh, we'll definitely will have Python in play. But there are a few more things. So this may not be completely applicable for you, partly though. So I will be sharing what kind of installation that you have to do on WhatsApp. Please install them. Please make sure that the dev environment is ready because in the subsequent classes, not only we'll talk about the concepts, but we will also practice them. Okay. So this was about the last slide. Sorry, since I was running short of time, actually I have expedited the entire conversation. But now we are open for questions. We are open for feedbacks, inputs.
I think this really made the basics clear, sir. And I think when we'll go ahead with the Python, I think these slides that you showed would really help.
Thank you so much, Sahil. Yeah, I'll share these slides with you so that you can go through them offline. I think there was too much content, maybe overwhelming for some of you.
Yeah, but
Uh,
I think it really helped me to understand like how would the things go forward. It will help me definitely.
great. Thank you so much, Sahil.
Thank you to you.
Uh, Anyone else?
Arun, can we say currently that it is not 100% the machines are using the human brain or intelligence, and maybe slowly, some of them they are exceeding or maybe reaching to 80 to 100%. Some they are like you discussed earlier, like maybe the emotions or maybe the creative thing or maybe which they might need improvement or they may in future they might also come to match the 100% intelligence of the human.
So if I rephrase your question, Raju, or the feedback, you are of an opinion that at this point in time, the machines are using 80% to 100%.
So yeah,
Sorry,
my initial question was, when you say AI is a simulation of human intelligence, so how much
yeah.
percentage is that? Is it partial? Is it like we are talking about a total replica, or like what percentage we are talking about?
That's actually a brilliant question. I think it's very hard to call out. Uh, uh, Rajesh, that's a hard fact. See, as I said, we are dealing with narrow AI as of now, and there is a transition which is happening towards AGI. It is expected that AGI will be able to almost simulate a human mind. But I'm not very sure on that, Rajesh. These are all theoretical parts. I'm not even sure, and I think industry is also not sure how actually this can be measured. But you can assume that a significant decision making already is taking place using AI, right? And it is going to get further. I mean, things are going to improve further on that. 100%, I really doubt. Really doubt. That's why the concept of human in the loops is going to resonate very well. So that's what my understanding is, Rajesh.
Yeah, great, man. Thank you.
Any other question, feedback, something that you want to share? Okay. So if that is the case, I have a request. I actually have to take a pic of the group. May I request if you can come, if you can open your camera and come on the camera for a minute, just for a second. I just need to take a pic before we log off.
Sure.
Pic here means screenshot. A few more, I think, then we will be good. I'm not sure about Sanjeev, Bhavish, Dheeraj. Okay, anyways, I think this is good enough for me to go and take a snapshot. Great. All right. I think just a second. I saw a few more faces showing up. So let me just take there once more pic. Yeah. Thank you. I've taken this and I'll let you know when the next class is going to be. I did not want such a big break in between the first class and the second one. So I have actually taken the liberty of having this conversation on a working day. Sorry for that. In fact, I should have said this in the beginning of the session itself. Nevertheless, it was never the intention, but I was realizing that 10 days gap is just too much. So let's get onto this journey and let's maintain the rhythm. The next class is going to happen on the weekend. I will come back and let you know when it is going to happen.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thank you. Good night, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Everyone.
Thank you. Good night.